We're joined today by Bill Lightle. Bill is a candidate for State Senate in District 16. Bill, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Clark, thanks for inviting me. Good to be here this morning in Griffin.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself. What was it that made you want to run for this seat?
Well, the issues in this state that have, in one sense, been ignored: health care, full funding for education, reducing the cost of college, increasing worker pay. Those issues are critical to our campaign. Now, I have completed 29 years of teaching recently. Last 6 years at Fayette County High School, had a very rewarding career, and most of my life I spent in South Georgia teaching there as well. I currently live in Fayette County. Been there, as I said, the last 7 years. My wife Phyllis teaches at Sandy Creek. So these are the issues that affect families, and we continue to focus on these issues to help families in this state meet their responsibilities to one another.
Now, you're a Democrat, and this has traditionally been a fairly conservative district. Is that a significant challenge for you?
Well, sure it is. The Democratic Party is in the process of rebuilding itself in this state. We have lost elections. Those days are over. We're going to win elections. Now, whatever political label you want to use, Clark, all families in this state need the same thing. They need health care that's not a financial burden. They need excellent public schools. They need a dramatic reduction in the cost of college. In the mid-70s, since the mid-70s today, the cost of tuition in this state for public universities has gone up 1,100%. I came of age in the 70s and early 80s, got undergraduate and graduate degrees, wasn't a financial burden. That has changed, and we have to go back to having the state finance these schools. So regardless of your political party, regardless of your political labels, families need these programs to help them meet their responsibilities to one another.
Now, on a state level, what can be done to improve the health care situation for families? I know there's a lot of uncertainty right now with what's going on in Washington. Nobody really knows what's next in terms of the big steps for health care, but what can be done here in Georgia to make things better?
First of all, we need to take the Medicaid expansion, and that would ensure probably 500,000 Georgians. We have one of the highest rates of uninsured citizens in the country. Somewhere about 13-14% of Georgians are without health care. So if we do that, we cut into that. And then the other thing we need to begin to think about is how to get everyone covered. Now, is it going to be through federal programs where you can buy into Medicare, or other ideas and programs that make sure everybody is covered and it's not a financial burden? So we have to get to that in our own political thinking and our own sense of caring for families. But number one, take the Medicaid expansion. Get that money down here. Help these rural hospitals. Help these rural doctors. We can start there.
You've been out on the campaign trail. I'm sure you've talked to a lot of voters.
Sure have.
What have been the biggest concerns and questions that you've been hearing from the people as you've been out there?
Those issues. I have a little 3x5 card, and I got some bullet points. The bullet points are healthcare, education, worker pay. Of course, I got a website with detailed issues, Facebook. But people are concerned, no matter where you go, people are concerned about those issues. How are you going to pay for college? And when young people get out, how are they going to pay for health care? So those are the issues that I get from voters. From this district is Fayette, Spalding, all Pike and Lamar counties. So everywhere I go, those are the issues I've been getting. We've knocked on nearly 600 doors in Peachtree City, and your greatest tool is face-to-face contact for voters. So, and I want to listen to them. I want to hear what they have to say. So these are the things we've been getting since March.
Well, if people want to find out a little bit more about you, what you stand for and what you're trying to do, where do they need to go?
I would encourage people to go to electbilllytle.com, and you can see our issue statement. We have about 8 or 9 issues, beginning with healthcare, I think ending with maybe immigration or women's reproductive rights. You can look at the whole host of issues. You can go to our Facebook page and follow our campaign. And if they have questions, you can contact me and give them more information about what this campaign is all about.
All right. Well, Bill, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today and tell us a little bit about yourself, and good luck on the campaign.
Clark, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.